Hello family, friends, and whoever else is going to be watching this video. Today is gonna be a fun one. Today we are going to be talking about some spooky, creepy experiences that you guys have sent me through Instagram. It's gonna be October tomorrow. By the time I upload this video, it'll already be October. And it's spooky season. And I don't know why, but I'm particularly in the mood for fall and like Halloween and all that stuff this year. I'm usually not. I mean, I like fall, but it's not my favorite season. But this year I'm really getting into it, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. Let's just dive right in. So the first thing that somebody sent me was, I wish I had a story, bought a whole ghost hunting kit and I'm the only one in the family with no experiences. That was my cousin James. He also has a YouTube channel with his wife Evelyn and their son baby James. I'm gonna leave the link for their YouTube channel in the description box down below so you guys can go check out their videos because they're adorable and they're just family goals and they make really cute videos. But he has a point. Almost everybody in our family has had a creepy experience or paranormal experience, and I guess he hasn't. I've had some of my own. I know my mom and my sister has. My dad and his siblings grew up in a house that was definitely haunted. I don't know how they lived in that house for so long, but hearing voices, seeing things get thrown across the room and with no explanation, it just really creepy stuff. I don't know how they lived in that house for so long. Bro, this isn't spooky paranormal, but it's definitely spooky scared me for life. Hold up. So my dad's house growing up was laid out pretty much the same as our house now, but theirs was one floor and they had a screened door in the back porch with locks that attached to the main house via a glass sliding door that led into the dining room. So my aunt was home alone one night and was just walking around, probably on the phone with a friend or something, and she looks outside and sees a man standing in the porch just staring at her.
Oh hell no!
And when he noticed she saw him, he ran away, and she called the cops and they put in a report but had no idea who he was / never found him. And this was the 70s or 80s. That's horrifying. Imagine you're home alone and you have a porch or even in your doorway or in a window. Imagine in a freaking window, you're looking out and you just see someone just staring at you. Just watching you mind your own business in the comfort of your own home. And the fact that they never found him either, if that ever happened to me, I can totally imagine 20 years from now, I'm just laying in, I'm dead. Just laying in bed one day and then your brain just reminds you, hey, remember that one time that you were just home alone and there was a guy in your porch? I wouldn't be able to sleep. That's scary. Okay, so around last week, I woke up in the middle of the night because I heard music going off and I wasn't sure what it was. And when I woke up, I thought it was the baby's toy going off. But when I really looked, I realized it was a music box I have in the room. And the creepy thing is that I thrifted that music box from a vintage store 2 years ago, and it has never went off before. The room was so dark, I was so scared to go near the music box. I used the flashlight from my phone to flash the wardrobe to look at it, and it was moving around by itself. I couldn't go back to sleep. It was so creepy and scary, and it won't stop playing the song. It went off all night long, but eventually I fell asleep. And when I woke up, it was perfectly fine, and I tried to touch it and see if it would play the music, but it just doesn't play anymore. It's haunted. It's haunted. You thrifted it from somewhere? That thing's haunted. It definitely has some spooky ookiness attached to it, and throw the whole thing away. Throw it out. Throw it out. So someone sent me something about a house in Westfield, New Jersey called the Snedeker House. And it says, Snedeker House was a mortician who did seances with a kid that became able to see spirits and eventually died from the abuse. The Haunting in Connecticut, I guess the movie, is based off of it. I have never liked that movie. And what's funny is, in middle school, we watched that movie. It gave me nightmares. I swore I was never going to watch it again. It's in the top 5 of scary movies that I will not watch. And the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, I woke up because I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up on the couch and my sister had that movie on. And now I'm like remembering snippets from the movie, and that makes sense. But I didn't know it was based off of a house from Westfield, New Jersey. So then why is it called Haunting in Connecticut? The same person sent me a link to a story about another, like a person from Westfield, New Jersey that I guess murdered people. Okay, this says John Emil, I don't know. He's white. I don't know. Emil List was an American murderer and longtime fugitive. On November 9th, 1971, wow, the anniversary for that is coming up. List killed his wife, mother, and 3 children at their home in Westfield, New Jersey, and then disappeared. He had planned the murders so meticulously that nearly a month passed before anyone suspected that anything was amiss. Holy crap. On November 9th, 1971, List murdered his entire immediate family using his own 9mm Steyr? I don't know. 1912 semi-automatic handgun and his father's Colt .22 caliber revolver. While his children were at school, he shot his wife Helen, 46, in the back of the head. Oh. And then his mother Alma, 84, above the left eye. What an asshole. My God. As his daughter Patricia, 16, and younger son Frederick, 13, arrived home from school, List shot each of them in the back of the head. After making himself lunch, List drove to his bank to close both his and his mother's bank accounts, and then to Westfield High School to watch his elder son, John Jr., 15, play a soccer game. Oh, I just killed your grandmother, your mother, and both of your siblings. I'm gonna go watch your soccer game and then kill you. After driving John Jr. home, List shot him repeatedly because, as misfire evidence showed, his son attempted to defend himself. What did he do with the bodies before he brought the older son home? Imagine he just left them there. In a 5-page letter to his pastor found on the desk in his study, List claimed that he saw too much evil in the world and had killed his family to save their souls. He then cleaned the various crime scenes, removed his own picture from all family photographs in the house, tuned a radio to a religious station, and departed. Boy, you're the one that needs Jesus. Neighbors noticed that all of the mansion's rooms were illuminated day and night with no apparent activity within the house. After light bulbs began burning out one by one, they called the police. Officers entered through an unlocked window leading to the basement and discovered the family's bodies. Ah! Okay, there's more to this story, and to be honest, I'm fascinated. Maybe we could film a video where we just talk about, like, serial killers and, like, how crazy they are. Oh my God, there's another Westfield story. What is going on in that town? In Westfield, there was this old abandoned house that was haunted. It's gone now. I guess they knocked it down. There was a painting of Mary and Joseph in the living room above a fireplace. My idiot friends thought there was a safe behind it. They broke the glass and tore it up. No safe. We go back the next day to check for hiding spots. We walk in the back. My friend is like, guys. We ignore him. He's like, guys, fucking look. The painting was new. We ran and never fucking went back. To this day, gets my heart racing. Maybe they had a replacement plan, like how in the retail video that guy wanted a replacement plan of his painting. Anyway, you had to be there if you don't know what I'm talking about. Someone sent me a list of stories that all happened in the same house. So for privacy reasons, number one, I'm going to change the names in the story. And then number two, there's like 4 different stories here and all of them are just a teensy bit long. I'm going to choose the one that creeped me out the most. So for privacy reasons, I'm changing the names. The guy's name in the story is going to be Luke and the girl in the story is going to be Annie. So just keep up. So this story took place at Luke and Annie's house. One night, Luke and I were hanging out playing video games and hanging out down in the basement. We heard a lot of noises coming from Annie's room, so we went to investigate. We opened Annie's door to find that her room was completely trashed. Everything was opened and thrown on the floor, and she was laying on her bed asleep with no blankets on her. We decided to set Luke's phone up in her room to see if we could catch anything. We left the room as is and went to the living room to wait. After about 10 minutes, there were noises again, so we waited until they stopped to go back in. We went back in the room, and the room was spotless. Everything was back where it was and left like the room was untouched. Annie was in bed, sound asleep, tucked in like nothing happened. Luke grabbed his phone and we headed to the room to watch the video. The video had shown that it was recorded, and when we tried to watch the video, it wouldn't work. We eventually got the video to work, and when we did, it was just about 13 minutes worth of blank screen and no audio. Thank you to everybody who submitted a story. I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe to my channel, and then leave a comment down below of any other video ideas that you'd like to see me do on my channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I film another one. See you guys at some point.